This is the Bolder Than Most podcast, where we talk with those making bold moves in business, real estate, and life. I'm your host, Trae Jacobs. Thank you for being here. Let's jump right in. Welcome back to the Bolder Than Most podcast. I'm your host, Trae Jacobs, and today I'm actually super excited. This is a little bit different than our regular episodes. I actually have the team at Black Sail. Is it Capital? Black Sail Capital?
That's right.
Hell yeah. That's right. Hell yeah. W intro. Thanks, guys. So we have Nico, Strat, Will, and my man Jackson. Guys, thank you so much for hopping on with me. How are you guys doing?
Yeah, thanks for having us. I'd say
man,
I'm grounded in passion and happiness.
You say like the dopest thing sometimes, Nico. I'm grounded in passion and happiness. I freaking love that so much. Where are you guys at right now? Just so the people watching on YouTube have an idea of what's going on here.
Well, us three are over in Maui, and Will is over in Louisiana.
Quite literally in our living room.
I'm in my study.
On the beach. Right? Will, being that you're out in Louisiana, how did you know that you guys wanted to work together? Or what, kicked off Black Sail Capital?
Well, Strat and I, like you were saying, we go way back, and we've been running shoulder to shoulder. It's the first day we met. We're like, hey, we're cool. You're cool. I'm cool. Let's keep running. And we started and failed many different businesses. We worked with each other in various industries, and I don't know, about a year ago, we came up with the concept of Black Sail. It wasn't what it is today, but we were like, we want to do this. We just don't really know how. And Nico was there, and she's like, I want to do it too. And then Jackson was floating around, and then all of a sudden, we just all put our heads together and birthed Black Sail Capital. And with the focus of investing in boutique hotels with a focus on health and wellness. And now it's just like we were saying before we hit record was, gas pedals down. We're going. We're not stuck. Yeah. We're not slowing down for anyone either.
What does that mean? So Nico, what does it mean when you say there's a focus on health and wellness? What does that mean?
We want to create spaces that facilitate personal development. So that could look like implementing saunas or ice baths or meditation areas or even studios for artists to come and just create.
That's so much.
So we kind of want to be facilitators and cultivators and just like conduits for the artists, for the the people that want to imagine and create and just dream and also live a really healthy life.
That's dope too, because I see a lot of people creating experiences, but the experiences stop at the design. So it looks like you're trying to, pick that up where they're dropping the ball and take it a little bit further. I think it's just a really great idea. Jackson, where did the name Black Sail Capital, where'd that come from?
I think Will and Strat thought about when they in the initial conversations that they had.
Black Sand.
My initial thought was Black Sand. Because I wanted a name that would kind of rub shoulders with BlackRock, and because BlackRock's a huge acquisition company, and then Black Sand is actually a company over on Oahu. Sorry if you can hear that. Black Sand is an established acquisitions company on Oahu that's been in business for like 13 years, and so Will and I were just like bouncing around other ideas that would kind of emulate the pirate-esque lifestyle that we have, and Black Sail just came about. Looked up the social handles, it was available, the website, all of it. So that's how it came about.
But the real estate dream was all there. We all had that goal in our hearts for long before we all even met. At least I can speak for myself. I always knew I wanted to own like a boutique hostel or something like an permaculture Airbnb bed and breakfast thing. I just didn't know the words to it, but that was in my heart for a long, long time.
Yeah, it's so funny too because me and Will were chatting yesterday about pirates. So, why hotels?
Well, like Nico was saying,
boutique hotels.
I would say back in like 2020, 2021, during COVID, Nico and I started hosting like these little almost retreats, but just like a safe space for people to come together,
meditate, eat yummy foods,
we would start
music.
We got like 20 different sound bowls, and we learned how to play sound bowls and like host meditations.
Got
and basically
certified in a lot of things.
Yeah, and then with that, it was like, okay, how do we do more of this, but like on a grander scale? And we just didn't really know what that word was, like she was saying. And then eventually,
we were like, we want to own these like spaces for people to come just have fun and delve into passionate lifestyle, but really wholesome lifestyle, like just like connect with earth, but kind of in a luxurious way too.
Mm-hmm.
And it just developed and evolved over the years, and then we all put our heads and hearts together, and it was a mesh of all of us.
Yeah, no, I love it. Jackson, you have the experience of multifamily, and you're making this transition to boutique hotels, right? Can you kind of speak to why that makes sense for you now?
Why it makes most sense to me now?
Right.
Because I'm surrounded by incredible people, and it's an incredible opportunity to create something that's everlasting, that's gonna really make a difference, and that can make a difference in not only our lives, but the people's lives that come use our facilities and partake in our facilities. So that's one of the reasons why I feel drawn to do it. It's a work that I love real estate. I've always been in real estate. I've been in real estate as long as I can remember. Some of the first stuff I did when I was really young was helping some people flip houses, then got into the multifamily, and now transitioning to the hotels. It's because
I know you just got bigger and bigger.
But it's a different class of real estate too, where it's almost Strat did a really good job of like helping me articulate this and like really help me sort it out in my brain. But it's a class of real estate where you really don't have to exploit any of the tenants ever. And at any point, you're never going to put a tenant in a bad spot, right? You're never in order just to the market, the rents are going up. You have to keep up with rents, and now you're forcing people onto the streets. You know, it's just a different class and a different way to make money. And it's something that energistically, I think, pulls all of us a lot more in that direction.
Well, that's the beauty of real estate, is how diverse it is.
Right. And that's, yeah.
So it's like multifamily is an amazing vehicle. And I still think it works for so many, but it didn't light me up naturally. I still was drawn, after learning about it, I was still drawn to like this experiential kind of luxury, intimate real estate investing.
Yeah.
To add on to that is, I think multifamily, a lot of it is just reliant on like the ROI is what everyone's really interested in. I think with boutique hotels, like it's very important, the ROI, but the other part of it is the ROX, the return on experience. And that's something we definitely are all very passionate, is offering an unforgettable experience in whatever property that we have,
Yeah. I think you guys are going to do so good. One, because you guys are all super dope people. The concept is great. And two, three, you guys be making these amazing videos, right? So once you do have these, a couple of these hotels, I can't wait to see the marketing materials that you guys put together. Who's responsible for your video editing?
All of us, I guess. Like,
man, you guys,
I like that answer so much. Yeah.
Like, because it's not like we're a unit. Black Sail is 4 people, and so we want Black Sail to, emulate that. We want it to show each one of our personalities. So we're all working together. We're all putting out the content. I think Nico put out the last video, and I was like blown away. I was like, this is so sick.
Was that the one where it's like you guys standing on the beach in the drone shot? Oh, that was fire. That was you, Nico?
That was all Nico.
That's fire, bro. That was fire. I like it. One reason I wish I had a team is I got to do everything. And sometimes I just don't have the energy to do everything. So good on you guys for, divvying up responsibilities and whatnot. So when it comes to you guys, and how do I say this without,
just say it.
I think, you guys are all just really dope individuals, right? Like a lot of people, come into contact with you. And when they do, they want to show the best versions of themselves. And that's qualities that all 4 of you guys have. And a lot of other people also have, right? And I kind of want to break that down, right? Like to start, if we could kind of touch on outlook, right? on life, on business, on relationship, and how that affects your vibe or how you're perceived or how people perceive you guys. I'd love to hear your thoughts so that I personally can start implementing that in my own life. So, hey guys, my company, Paige Capital Group, is actively sourcing and buying multifamily deals. If you're looking to put your money to work, gain some tax efficiencies, and grow your portfolio while we do all the heavy lifting, go to paigecapitalgroup.com/invest. That's Paige, Paige, capitalgroup.com/invest, and someone from our team will reach out. Now, back to the show.
Jackson, can I prompt you to explain that Stoic quote that we talked about in our session the other day?
Which one?
The tranquility. What about tranquility when people thinking about you?
I wish I had my book in front of me so I could read it. I don't like to mess up Marcus Aurelius's words. So from Meditations, book 4, there's this passage that talks about tranquility and how he finds tranquility. And he says you find true tranquility when you're not worried about what anybody else is doing and you're only focused on yourself. You're not worried about what they do, what they say, what they think, how they act, and you're only worried about you. And that's how you find peace. And that's how you find tranquility is the word that he used. It's just so simple. It's just such a simple principle of if you want to find peace and tranquility, just look inward. You can find it's inside you. It's nothing external is going to do that for you.
And is that where it starts for all of you guys on the inside?
Oh, yeah.
I think so. I think one of the biggest things for us, sorry not to take too much, but like one of the biggest things that draws me to Nico, Strat, and Will is their dedication to personal development and taking care of themselves. And I think in my journey in my life, I know that good things come from people who take care of themselves first. That's a great answer.
Right. Yeah.
Well, because then they have their clear vessels to be conduits of peace to other people without taking it on as our own, right? Like we get to be of service to others.
Ooh, dive into that. That's so good. By
being rooted in our joy and happiness, it is contagious to others. There's an energy currency, so like an aura, for lack of better terms, that radiates.
You feel it. You do.
Yeah. So sorry.
Sorry.
That's our dog.
But then also with that, because of the dedication of the person, just I guess to kind of hammer home, is that you're not derailed by the external things.
Yeah.
You're able to focus on what it is that you're trying to do, what it is that you're trying to create, whatever it is that you're trying to build. You just focus on that and you're not derailed. Like you were saying, you're able to stay grounded and rooted in that.
But then you're still like a source of light to others by being.
Just by being that. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. And that's what you guys have done for me, for sure. Yeah.
So how do four people... go ahead. Sorry.
I would say one more thing I'll add on to that is like leading by example. It's one thing I've noticed in myself. I play Australian rules football here in New Orleans, and I can confidently say I'm the most fit person on the team. I can play at a level of strength for longer than anyone else. And I'm telling my teammates this because to play this game, you have to be strong. You have to be able to run for a long time. So, and now if I continue to do that and I continue burning them, it's going to frustrate them to the point where they need to keep up with me. I'm not slowing down. And they stay with me. I'm pulling them up because like we played a game against Houston the other day and we lost real bad. I wasn't there. I'm not going to say I would have made a big of a difference, but like I know I could have made an impact. And even my teammates told me. So I'm like, well, fellas, we got to start running. You got to start doing this. Like, you want to be as strong as me, then we gotta put the work in. It's not just here. It's got to go to the gym every single day. Those things are important. So leading by example and really not caring, what other people think, because I know I'm going to be the fastest I can be.
Yeah. How do you guys like similar?
Your biggest competition is yourself. Become your best self is what I heard Will allude to.
And how do you guys lift each other up?
I think we challenge each other more than we lift each other up.
I was about to say, yeah, like don't be a little bitch comes to mind right off the bat.
For me, that's lifting me up though. Like if I have people around me that care enough to call me out and be like, you can do better, or like hold me accountable to things that they know I'm supposed to be doing, or even just check in with me, like that lifts me up. You know what I mean?
Inspire by doing themselves too.
Yeah.
I think I get inspired when I see you just like ride your bike early in the morning. I'm like, hey, me too. I want to join in on that fun, or just like, I think standards are contagious. No doubt.
I like
if you
that.
see someone,
Standards are
see
contagious.
someone pick up trash, guaranteed you're gonna pick up trash after, like, quickly after that scenario.
Yeah. So earlier, before we started recording, we were talking about the whales, right? And the mother whales coming into, what do you call it? Like your area, and, you know, giving birth. And you said that you can feel that, right? Like that motherly love is palpable in the air. I'm curious, so how do you guys pull from your environments and then use that energy in your lives, in your business, in your relationships, and all of that? Because you guys seem very, very in touch with everything. It's impressive.
For me, it's movement outdoors. Like, there's energy enhancers that are free, like the sun, the ocean, just watching animals in nature. Like, for us, it's like the butterflies dancing around fruit trees that I'm just like inspired by. But when I was in, like, per se, like Colorado or Mexico, I would see like beautiful cactuses or these epic pine trees and just be enamored by the outdoors.
I think we just take moments throughout the day to appreciate what's around us. Like, we're very rooted in gratefulness to like be where we're at. We've worked hard to be in this position. We've worked hard to be in this location. And so every day, like, just like she said, butterflies flying, we're like, oh my God, look how cool, like so pretty.
If it's raining, I'm stoked.
Yeah, we get to have a chill day.
Or see rainbows. Like, but I think for me, it's really just like using the free energy enhancers that spirit of the universe, God, your source, has miraculously gifted us, which is outdoors.
Yeah, I love that.
And can I offer another spin on that? Because I live in New Orleans and it's not as beautiful as, it doesn't have the same beauty as Hawaii or as these tropical places because it's a swamp, right?
I like how you reframed that. Not different beauty than.
Yeah.
I like how you said that.
Yeah, so it is different. I mean, the swamp is beauty in itself, but I mean, you got alligators, you got snakes, you got spiders. It's a little treacherous, you know? I mean, I've been in there, I've been walking around, I'm scared because, like, you never know. There's maybe a 12-foot alligator sneaking up behind you.
Trophy.
But that's, they're historic. That's beautiful too. Like, that's history. It's dinosaurs. So the point is, like, you could shift your lens and see the beauty in it. Their ancient lineage that has survived.
For sure. But I more so want to hit on like New Orleans and the historical aspect. Like, New Orleans was once in the top 4 cities in the United States before planes and trains were really a thing of what they are today, because the port of New Orleans was the access point to the Mississippi River, which is where everything came into. You know, it was always such a prominent city. And that's why it was fought. And look at Louisiana Purchase. I think you had 13 states come out of the Louisiana Purchase whenever that happened. And you think of the people who've been walking the streets in the French Quarter specifically, because it's the oldest part, you know, since the 1800s. And then I'm sitting here, I'm walking down the same streets, you know? So like to feel that presence of like the amount of history and the culture that comes into play there, and the community that comes in like to modern day New Orleans, I love that. And I really feed off of that, and like the architecture. Like, a day in New Orleans with me is not it's not your typical commercial day that most people view New Orleans like.
Yeah, I love that.
It's what naturally lights you up too. Each person has a different, you know, heart intention and desire, and what naturally lights them up. So if you don't know what it is, then go out and try new things, even if they sound scary. I guarantee you, probably those scarier things are the things that you'll like the most.
I like that. For me personally, right? Like I don't know what naturally lights me up right now. So I do need to get out and start experiencing more things. I mean, I'm here in Dallas and it's not as beautiful as Hawaii or as much history as Louisiana or New Orleans, but there's something out there and I just gotta start putting myself in a position to experience more things. I think that's probably what I'm missing right now. We were talking earlier about like that spark, right? The internal spark is kind of I'm not going to say that it's gone. It's still there. It's just not burning as strong as it once was. And I know that I'm human. These feelings they come for everybody, right? But when you guys are feeling this, right, what are you doing to kind of reignite that spark within?
I'd almost say it's like just like the constant mentality of there's beauty all around you. So it's like if you're thinking of, like, in my paradigm, everybody around me is friendly and nice. And if I ever run into an experience where someone is disrespectful or rude to me, well, that's just like a direct reflection of how they're feeling, just projecting at me. Hold on 1 second. My battery.
If anything, we have sympathy and empathy in
Awesome.
those cases.
I'm trying to think, like, what can I do? What can I do in Dallas? Or what, like, weekend trip?
Maybe it could
There's
help
some
if
clear springs. Or like go
Yeah.
try a yoga class or a cycling class.
Ooh, yoga, that's tough. My body is stiff.
I would say maybe write a list of
One more.
like 5 things that you enjoy doing, and then go find those communities and immerse yourself in those communities.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So yeah, don't try to reinvent what you like to do. Just build on what you already like to do, and just find the other people that are doing it, because you live in Dallas. I mean, there's a shit ton of people there.
Everybody's in Dallas, it seems
Yeah.
like. Yeah, I need
What were you
hobbies.
saying?
Are we ready to jump back
To your
in?
point, you don't want to be stagnant. Like I grow the most by trying new things, and I find the happiness in them.
Yeah. Okay. Where were we at, guys?
I got it. I can pick up where I left off. And so if I run into a person that is giving me a bad experience or being negative towards me, then I just know that that's a direct reflection of how they're feeling, just projecting at me. But again, in my paradigm, everybody is just a nice person, and that's how I see the world. So whenever I think, oh, there's beauty everywhere, there's like nice things everywhere, like
You believe
I
that.
believe that all the time. And so those things just appear in front of me all the time.
Dude,
And
that's so good.
You
That's
become
so
a
good.
magnet to it.
The
yeah.
thought that I had is you use the word spark, Trae. How do you reignite that spark? And I think what it is for us is like it's like almost like the burner on your stove, that little flame. What's that little flame called that's always burning?
Pilot light.
Oh, the pilot.
light. It's always there. And it kind of goes up and down depending on the gas and how you change it.
Right.
So it's not like that spark, like she's decided that that's his paradigm. Everything's positive, everything's good, everybody's nice to me. So it's like that continuous burn that goes up and down rather than a spark that needs to be relit, if that makes sense.
There's also seasons to life.
Totally.
Like everyone goes through seasons. Like
Yeah.
even if we can't see the seasons here, you can feel them. So there are naturally seasons where you take a step back, where you get to like almost feel lonely, so you can console yourself, and it's like you come out of it rebirth. It's like your metamorphosis or your lotus blooming phase. I think you evolve into that yearly. Like that's a yearly thing I go through. It's like a natural de-shedding and a rebirth.
Real quick, guys, if you're enjoying this show and want to help us grow, share, shoot us a 5-star rating, and follow the show on Apple or Spotify. My goal is to continue to grow and get bigger and bigger guests on the show to reach more like-minded real estate investors and help everyone be more bold and build more wealth. Now, back to the show.
Thing.
Yeah, I love that. That makes me feel a lot better. I mean, and don't get me wrong, guys. Like I remember when I did the podcast with Tyler, I spoke a lot about like having grace for yourself in situations and circumstances, just grace. And I definitely have that for myself. But I think it's one of those things where me and a lot of people kind of silently go through this phase where they're not, that pilot light is all there is, right? We just got to work on turning the gas back up.
Just to kind of lead off of that is to like, yeah, turn that gas up, but what are you doing it for? What are you cooking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you cooking?
Yeah,
I
what are you
feel like,
cooking? What are you training for? What challenge yourself? What is that? Why are you doing it to begin with? And then that was going to give you a lot of purpose.
Yeah, it's a good point. The flame doesn't need a bright light, it doesn't need a shining light or hot if there's nothing to burn.
So
And-
clarity on what pushes you, on your why
Yeah.
and where you're going, maybe, and even dreaming bigger.
And I mean, me personally, that why has been changing, right? Like I've been in multifamily for so long, but I'm just like thinking like, hey, maybe multifamily isn't the best way to go right now. I mean, the market's shit. Let's be real. It is what it is. It's going to come back eventually. But right now, there's not a lot of things happening. And, I'm drawn to the hotel things too, man. Like, maybe that's where I belong as well, creating experiences. And maybe, we'll be fortunate enough to partner up one day on a hotel. I mean, I see Rich Summers, and I love the way he lives his life. I love what he's accomplished. And did you guys see his neck tattoo that he just got?
Yeah, getting savage.
Holy cow. Man, I'm just thinking like my mom would kill me if I came home with that tattoo.
I thought that's your first thought. My dad would probably just like applaud it. Yeah.
Yeah, man. She would be like,
He's a savage for that. I can't imagine the pain of a neck tattoo.
dude, it's not like a small one. Like it's
No,
the
it's
whole
wrapped all
thing.
the way around, up behind his ears. Like,
yeah. It's like, wow, good for him. It looks sick.
It's a different status
Yeah.
when you have a neck tattoo.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
fuck with me.
Yeah,
You don't
right.
have to crap with me anymore.
He's such a nice guy, right? Like, but now people are probably going to be afraid of him.
It's intimidation factor.
So it's what a neck tattoo does. But yeah, shout out to Rich, man.
And energy of a teddy bear. People feel that.
He's so nice. He's so nice. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Like that clarity of where I'm going. I don't have that right now. I need to sit down and I need to find a whiteboard. I think I do my best work on a whiteboard and start drawing stuff up there and connecting dots and get some sticky notes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right,
You title
it's
it,
fun-
What's Cooking Good
It's
Looking?
fun.
Yeah, dude.
It's a really fun phase to redesign and enhance and amplify where you want to go.
Redesign. That's a good way to put it. Like redesign where I'm 35, right? Like I'm just getting started. So this is, a great time to redesign. What do I want my life to look like? And have you guys done those types of exercises? Like
All
what
the
does
time.
your
Every
designed
day,
lifestyle
on
look
my
like?
runs, I'm just visualizing it every day. It's my favorite thing to do.
So what do you see? When you're visualizing it, what are you seeing?
Seeing like all of us in our boutique hotels, usually they're on tropical places, just looking outside the window from or just outside in one of our yoga gazebos, just like moving these mesh curtains to the side for sunset, getting ready for the day to start with like surf and yoga, greeting people. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I hear birds. I see horses. Yeah, it's luscious. It's
You
divine.
got horses too? My goodness. Tropical horses.
It lights me up.
That's fire. What do you see, Jackson, when you're visualizing your designed life?
I'm more feel than probably
Okay.
see things. If I'm being completely honest, feel.
Yeah.
I
So
feel.
what do you-
I feel presence of loved ones. I feel comfort in finances.
Mm.
I feel joy in being able to do philanthropy, being able to give back. That's so I do visualize myself seeing those. I guess I don't really see the nitty gritties of those things as I'm seeing them.
Yeah.
But I like to meditate on the feelings that I am gonna get as I do those things and accomplish those things.
No, I like that. What about you, Will?
I don't know. As they're answering, you're asking. I used to just, take a lot of pride in being a visionary, but right now I'm in a season of just doing and kind of worrying about the results later and just putting in the work. with this boutique hotel, it's like we have a vision of it, and I want it, but we don't have it yet, but we're gonna get it. And then just what do we have to do to get there? Is like, we got to pick up the weight, and then we'll put it back down, and we got to pick it up again, and then we got to put it back down. It's like, okay, well, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that over and over again until I finally have the muscle that I'm looking for, or that boutique hotel that we're looking for. So I don't really haven't been envisioning. I just kind of been like trying to think tactically to do the things I need to do on the back end to get that vision, and for it to be not a vision but a reality.
Like waking up and thinking with the end in mind. If today was your last day, did you create the legacy you wanted? Have you lived how you wanted to? It sounds morbid, but it's also really inspiring because it tells you what you need to do each day to get where you want to go.
Yeah.
So for us, it's like we even have like our group chat. It's like on this day we're acquiring this hotel, so it's bringing it into our ether. We're being magnets for it. We're believing it. We're working on it. We're feeling it. We're seeing it. We're executing on it. But it's fun. It's passionate. It's problem solving. It's creative.
I just love how that.
Yeah, I think something
operational. The you know what I mean. It's like,
I think something we do though is, without saying it how I said it, is waking up with the end in mind.
Yeah.
And it can look different for each person because we're all different. We're all dynamic. Like, to his point, feeling it, like, yes, when you said that, I was like, I see and feel.
Yeah.
Because like, say.
Yeah, I think I said feel. I think I really am drawn to that right now because what I thought I envisioned has changed massively. You know, and I put a lot of weight and a lot on that. And I don't want to put a lot of weight on that anymore because it's not so. Because things are always going to change, and you're never going to actually know the future and how things are going to look. Right. So I'm more focused on being able to control. Yeah. That's more why I'm leaned more towards the focusing on the feeling right now. Is because, what you think could come forward could be completely different than what you actually need.
Dude, feelings are so strong. They're so powerful. Like, I think of my sons coming and they're so excited to see me. And, that's a feeling that I try to, pull out whenever I need it because it feels good, man. And that's like the stuff that keeps you going, Strat, are you a visualizer or are you a feeler? That feels weird.
I'd say I'm more visual than anything.
Yeah. So what's your design life look like?
The design life kind of looks like right now, like what we're doing, but then I see like the future of what we're doing. And I literally it's like I can see almost like movie, like little clips of movies and like what it looks like.
Yeah, us tending to the garden.
Yeah, like I can imagine us like literally digging holes and like petting horses and like welcoming people in, like literally everything Nico said.
Bringing them on sales, but then it is a feeling too.
No, totally. It leads to a feeling. That vision, that visual. Like as you're saying it, I'm visualizing it, and then I'm feeling it. It's always, you know what I mean.
I think it's connected. Our senses are connected, so it's hard to say I'm just a visualizer because as I'm visualizing it, I get tingly, excited, and like think bigger. So it's like it's a hybrid. It's a synergy.
Yeah.
I think also helps a lot is that Nico and I make our vision boards, Jackson as well. And the vision boards really help with setting you up for the future. And
then like checking on them, like the weekly check-ins.
Manifest. I look at vision boards as a manifestation tool too.
Oh, yeah. Like being a magnet of what you want to bring into your ether.
Yourself of it.
Yeah.
Then you make the line to action to it.
Yeah, working backwards from the vision board. Yeah, I want to do a vision board, but I don't know how to do it in like a not. What am I gonna? When I think of a vision board, it's like a fancy car and a big house, right? Like I gotta think past that type of stuff because at the end of the day, that's cool, but that's not the goal, right?
It is cool, but sometimes those tangible goals help you push harder to get past that. So it's like. if you want, say you want the really nice car, and then you work really hard, and then you finally get the nice car, and you're like, sick. Like there was a stepping stone.
It's like dream crazy. So then you can execute at a crazy.
So
Crazy.
there's this thing with do you guys know like Dan Bilzerian? I don't know what he does, but he's super rich, and I don't.
He made all his money playing poker. Yep.
Really? Wow. He was be a really good poker player because dude's got mad
his dad
money.
Was really good. Gave him a lot of money. Taught him how.
Wow.
And then I thought he had like a THC brand of some sort.
I thought he did too. Yeah.
Like
I thought, yeah.
No, he started. He got all of his wealth from gambling. That's how he started.
Well, I was just watching this clip, right? Like you look at these clips and they're like, oh, I have all this money. And he got to the point where he could buy himself anything, right? It's like, hey, I can go get the new Ferrari or the new Lamborghini, right? And he said that feeling of like accomplishment or happiness, it was there for 15 minutes and then it went away, right? So I'm really doing my best to kind of like pull away from that and then start focusing on the experiences. Like, I mean, kind of going in on what Jackson was saying, right? Like the feelings, right? I think it would be so cool to have a boutique hotel with these experiences and watching people experience what we have built, right? Like have some, I don't want to say life altering, but for lack of a better word, some life altering experience. That would be a great feeling. And that's worth, I think chasing. And how do you put something like that on a vision board?
Well, that's why the first letter in our core values is service, and providing that sense of accomplishment or achievement for other people is like an act of service. And so putting something on a vision board that's going to help people, but it's also in line with what you're trying to do with your future. I think that's how you put that on your vision board.
And if you
sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
It's all intention based too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all intention based. Like if there's things that I want, why do you want them? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, if you're not putting things on your vision board because they make you feel icky, then maybe that you're not ready to envision that.
Right.
You know, just go to what makes you feel comfortable and work towards it. And then maybe once you get there, you'll realize you want more. You know?
Right. I mean, I wouldn't mind. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was saying maybe you can start asking yourself what you want those tangible items for. Like, what do you want that Ferrari for? So you want to race it? Do you want to use it to go to these car meetups and talk about it with other Ferrari owners? You know, it's like we want to get sailboats. Why do we want sailboats? Because we want to sail the world.
I love them. They make me happy.
And we want to use them.
I break mine into pillars, Trae. So mine will be spiritual, emotional, physical, and then philanthropy is one too, because those are all really important pillars in my life. Like I want to make sure that I nurture my mind, body, and soul, but that I'm also giving back to the community, the earth, and just giving back. Because I've also been abundantly taken care of. So once I have, like, I break it down in pillars and I'll just brain dump. Like sometimes it looks like words. This year we did it on Canva. I really liked it. Because then from just like our brain dump, we got to reverse engineer it and break it down by each month what that actually looks like. So I could even send that to you. So
I think that would be cool. In fact, I think that'd be I think you guys should do like a webinar on that and just have it be like an interactive thing because so many people would value from that and would love it. I think so. Yeah, I would sign up.
Maybe in mid-year June.
Yeah.
Where are you at with your goals? 6 months in.
Let's set sail on new vision boards.
Yes.
Hey.
You already got the lingo.
There we go. That's sick, man. So you guys
you'll get your royalties, Trae. Don't worry, you'll get your royalties. Bolder than most will get their royalties. Don't worry, brother.
Listen.
You sparked that idea. That was a good one.
We're ready to set sail, but remember, be bold.
Bold ass shit, dude.
Okay, you guys are working on a deal right now, right? It's in some exotic location, Costa Rica.
Costa Rica.
Okay. Why do you guys like the Costa Rican market?
Nico, take it away.
Nico, how about it?
I'll take it from just the heart for a second. And Pura Vida is not just a tagline out there; it's a lifestyle. It's an embodiment. Pura Vida. It means pure life.
Okay.
And in Costa Rica, it's such a wholesome way of living. It's a blue zone, meaning it's the happiest country.
People live the longest.
Yeah, people live the longest. They're like, there's so much I could say on just the cultural aspect and like why Costa Rica is so divine. Besides like its lush, beautiful atmosphere, it's the people who are so generous. Like when I lived there, for example, I lived there in a very small town, very rural. Like no one spoke English. My bike tire broke on my way to school, man. And so I had to stop at this bike shop. And it's a little hole in the wall. Like my closet is bigger. Like it's probably the size of our refrigerator. Like I can't even walk in it. But this older man fixed my bike and I like go to offer him money and he's like, no, like pura vida. And he just gave me a hug and he said that hug was enough payment. Like that's the people you're dealing with out there. That type of love and generosity, and it's magic. Yeah. It brings me to tears. But it's a booming market as well. I think it's always going to appreciate. During COVID, it was not impacted negatively. In fact, it was impacted positively. So it showed us how safe of a market was. It has a lot of tax benefits for us as well.
How does that work? The tax benefits for the country that's not here?
It works kind of the same as here. We have the 1031 exchanges, the depreciation.
Whenever you go to Costa Rica, anybody has the same rights as Costa Ricans. The only difference is you can't vote. That was like the biggest difference.
Unless after 5 years, you can get dual citizenship, and then you can vote.
Yep.
Nice.
So once we get our property over there, we'll start to apply for our dual citizenship over there as well.
And they're one of the more sustainable countries in the world. They have no army. It's one of the safest countries. Their education is amazing. I just love it. It's magical. It's always going to be boomerang for tourism. They do it really well out there.
That sounds dope, man. Costa Rica is definitely one of those places that I want to go to. Haven't been there yet, but it's coming. It's coming. So
I would say most people want to go there.
Yeah.
And have wanted to go there.
One of the funny things about the property that we're looking at is that Nico and I went there in 2021 and we made friends with the manager out there. We hung out there almost every day. And Nico made the joke, hey, if you guys ever sell this place, like, let us know. And then about 3 or 4 weeks ago, that property went onto the market, and I had already been in cahoots with a realtor out there, and she sent me all the information that we needed, and we started underwriting
it. Our property manager friend also gave us all the information we needed.
He gave us like the inside scoop, so that was super nice. And so now we're submitted off to a few of our mentors to see if they give us the green light, and if so, then we're gonna submit our LOI.
Oh man, I'm so excited for you guys. I can't wait for you to lock it down and for you guys to have a coupon code for everybody that listens to this podcast.
So.
Use your coupon code Trae.
Trae pura vida.
Oh man, no, I see what Bethany and Investor Girl Brett they've done with that Belize property, and it looks amazing. And I think they got #1 on TripAdvisor.
Yep.
Yeah, man, freaking, that's amazing. They're doing so good. So, and I know you guys would probably do even better. I
don't know about that. But Bethany's incredible, just impeccable. She's an inspiration for us in this lane, and a source of empowerment.
I think we'd try to find a way to collaborate before we'd want to even try and compete.
Oh yeah, you guys are completely.
There's no competing. We're abundant.
Is Belize close to Costa Rica?
Relatively.
Oh, well, I went to American school, so I know absolutely nothing about geography.
You have Central America is 7 countries, and Belize is up here, and then as you wrap down towards Panama, you got Costa Rica and Panama. So, what is it? 5 countries away?
Yeah, it's not crazy big.
They're small,
crazy far. Yeah,
little tiny.
Muy pequeño.
Is there opportunities?
Belize is incredible, man. And they all speak English over there, which you wouldn't guess. super Rastafari, great diving. Like it's also another great market that I believe will always appreciate.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
But these are properties that you hold for a very long time, right? Like, is that usually what the business plan is?
Yeah.
So I'm curious, you guys interact with a lot of people, right? And kind of going back to what I said earlier, when people speak or interact with you guys, they want to present the best version of themselves. What do you think that a lot of people maybe get wrong or could change or do better to exude that same energy in their own? Like, how do I live my life in a way that people want to be their best around me?
I would say be your best.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, be your best self, and that's gonna emulate and radiate from you, and then people around you are gonna want to be better and better themselves.
And it will attract new people to you as well.
Mm-hmm. And something you can do, Trae, is ask yourself what your best self looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, that's a
fun question. Like it doesn't have to be like automatic right now. It's just a fun question to ponder, and then go start being that and acting that, and even saying in that moment you are that.
Yeah.
So if like you want to be a boutique hotel owner that your sons are really proud of, and you take them on these in your nice cars to your boutique hotels and show them, then but you say that. Be like, I am a boutique hotel investor and I make my kids proud, damn it. Like, be that. And then take the steps of being that badass dad boutique hotel owner.
Todos los días.
Yeah. What does that look like?
I got a lot of thinking to do. I got
It's
a lot
fun.
of thinking to do. But again, I got time, right? Like, there's no rush. Grace, it's just a different season. So if you're in the same boat as me, we got this. We'll get it done in time.
I would urge you to don't get lost in the thinking sauce too much. Like, don't forget to put in the action. It's like be actionable. Think about it. Be strategic and tactical, but take that action.
Yeah, definitely.
And we'll hold you accountable.
That's good. That's honestly what I need. I do need a lot of accountability. So
that does help.
I need to get down with you guys. Listen, I'll be the black and Black Cell Capital.
You're in the crew. Don't worry. You're part of the crew.
We can't say no. I didn't say no. No, you can't be. Like,
Canceled.
Oh yes. Man. Oh Costa. Guys. That was yes. Wait, hold on.
Be sure to leave a 5-star
Yeah, dude. The sound effects.
Nailed it. Damn, nailed
it. We're gonna time you a little bit, but we'll get there.
Progress. That's growth, baby.
Oh man. Well, guys, I think we're at time here, but I want to open the floor to you guys. I mean, any last words? Oh, that sounds so piratey. Any last words?
Yeah,
we are the blank.
Right. We speak back.
Any last words, captains?
Follow us on Instagram at Black Sail Capital. Yep. Listen to our podcast. Listen to Trae's podcast. Drop a 5-star. That helps put our pages to the top and gets more listeners. So that's always greatly appreciated.
So we can help others learn from our mistakes.
Yeah. So where can the people find you, and who should reach out to you guys?
Anybody can reach out. Well, we're friendly people. We don't bite hard. And if you're an investor and you're looking to place your money, definitely hit us up either on Instagram at Black Sail Capital or bscinvests@gmail.com.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I think we just want to serve. Yeah. Serve full dishes of happiness. Enjoy.
Yeah, if you listen to the podcast and you think that something that you're doing could align with something that we're doing, definitely reach out.
Yeah, we'd love to collaborate.
We are very focused right now on what it is we're trying to do, so we're not jumping off our path anyway. But if there's anything that's in alignment, we'd love to chat.
And where we could be of service.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Nico, Strap,
Trae, thank
Jackson,
you.
Will.
Yeah, dude.
Thank you
Thanks for
guys
this
all for hopping on.
opportunity.
Cheers.
Yeah, man. You guys are.
Thanks
I
for
love
being
you
the black
guys.
in our black sale. That was
That's
the one
right.
thing we were missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. Come on, give me one of these
Got it
guys.
now.
Give me. There
Let's
we
go.
go.
Let's go.
That's the album. That's the album cover thumbnail.
Cool, guys. All right, listeners, thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next week.
Aloha.
Later.